And if we do so, the personal benefit will move away, and even in elections now become leveled in terms of the playing field. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Very well. Honorable Senators, I have this communication to make on visiting teachers and students from Kipsoen Boys High School in Elgeyo Marakwet County. Honorable Senators, I would like to acknowledge the presence in the public gallery this afternoon of visiting teachers and students from Kipsoen Boys High School in Elgeyo Marakwet County. The delegation comprises 3 teachers and 48 students who are in the Senate for a one-day academic exposition. Honorable Senators, in our issued tradition of receiving and welcoming visitors to Parliament, I extend a warm welcome to them, and on behalf of the Senate and my own behalf, wish them a fruitful visit. Thank you. Since the senator representing Elgeyo Marakwet County is out on other duties, I will ask Senator Sige to welcome the visitors from Elgeyo Marakwet.
Thank you very much, Speaker, for the opportunity to give a warm welcome to the boys' school from Elgeyo Marakwet. I want to welcome you heartily to the Senate. I'm hoping very much that you have an enjoyable visit, not just enjoyable, but also educational, and you get to meet and understand the mandate that we hold here in the Senate as members of Parliament representing your county and other counties across the nation. Mr. Speaker, as a young person myself here in the Senate representing youth, women, and persons with disabilities, because I also have a disability myself, which is visual, I just wanted to encourage the young men amongst us today that they can too be sat in the positions that we're sitting in, and I hope, because they are not the future generation, they are the generation for today. I hope and pray that they believe and see that they can change this nation. They can definitely give us a brighter and more a brighter future is what I mean, Speaker. I hope you make better decisions than some of our past legislators and maybe some of us might make here and there. We do make mistakes as well, but learn from us and do better than us in future. I thank you.
Thank you, Senator Sige. Next is Senator Paul Karungo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. But before I give my contribution, I don't know which standing order, Mr. Speaker, prohibits this Senate from mentioning the public officers' names. The only thing it prohibits is discussing their character. Because, Mr. Speaker, we know the President is William Ruto. We know the CS for Interior is Kipchumba Murkomen. We know them by name. So by prohibiting us from just mentioning their names and their public officers, I think that is wrong, Mr. Speaker. Unless the Senate is not aware who the President is.
Guidance.
I'm not.
It has been said many, many times.
I'm not challenging.
This is not the first time.
I'm not challenging. Maybe unless the Senate probably doesn't want us to mention the names of those people who work for Kenyans. But nevertheless, Mr. Speaker, let me give my contribution. Mr. Speaker, the issue of public officers and state officers branding public projects with their names, with their portraits, is equally corrupt, Mr. Speaker, because you're using public project to promote yourself. I can give an example, Mr. Speaker. In Zaire, there was a president by the name of Mobutu Sese Seko, Mr. Speaker. And Mobutu Sese Seko changed everything to his name, from the airport, to the roads, to the schools. Actually, in that country, they were calling it Mobutuism, because he used to name everything his name, Mr. Speaker. But when he was overthrown in 1997, all those names were removed within a day, and he was forgotten within a day, Mr. Speaker. In Rwanda here, the President Kagame, has refused to brand anything with any official's name. Even his portrait is not hanged in schools. His portrait is not anywhere in businesses, Mr. Speaker. Those are two presidents we can see who are pulling from different sides, Mr. Speaker. But when we come back here in Kenya, and I remember very well, I requested for a statement that has never been responded to here, Mr. Speaker. I requested to know how many schools or how many amenities or how many roads are named after the former presidents of this country, Mr. Speaker. I asked how many schools are named after Moi, how many schools are named after Kibaki, how many are named after Uhuru Kenyatta or even Jomo Kenyatta or even William Ruto himself, Mr. Speaker. I've not received that, but this is the right time to discuss even that as we discuss this issue of branding. Because, Mr. Speaker, when we give branding, it's self-promotion. You're promoting yourself using the taxpayers' money. And I can give you a very good example, Mr. Speaker. In Kiambu, a county that is in Mount Kenya, their only stadium is called Moi Stadium. Moi is not playing there. Why do we have a stadium in Kiambu that is called that president that time, Mr. Speaker? I think it is a time as we discuss this issue, we give people and their counties an opportunity to name those amenities and those utilities and those projects, the names that they would want, Mr. Speaker. If you come to Kiambu, we do not entertain that. We have Kirigiti Stadium, Thika Stadium, Dumberi Stadium, Githunguri Stadium, but not to name it, after people, and probably those people never did justice to the people. If it was a good person, if it was a martyr, if it's somebody who fought for freedom, but not a president who for so many times probably, Mr. Speaker, really was not a good president, was not a good governor, was not a good MP, was not a good MCA, or even a senator, or even a women rep, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the Constitution, and it has been quoted by the petitioner, Mr. Laban Omusundi, and he quoted his argument from Article 231 of the Constitution that says, Mr. Speaker, and I'll read, notes and coins issued by Central Bank of Kenya, he's talking about money, may bear images that depict or symbolizes Kenya or an aspect of Kenya, but shall not bear the portrait of any individual, Mr. Speaker. So the 2010 Constitution prohibited any president from putting their image on the money, Mr. Speaker. And that's why I think the last president on the money was President Moi. The few presidents, Uhuru, Kibaki, and Ruto, are not on our notes because the law had seen this, Mr. Speaker, self-promotion, idolizing yourselves. So that when you see some money, you think it's the president who is giving you that money. And you have worked hard for it, Mr. Speaker. So as the Constitution says, the county governments who are notorious for branding with their portraits, with their names. I've seen an ambulance, Mr. Speaker. An ambulance with a photo of a governor, with a portrait of a governor. Mr. Speaker, you can imagine if we are the governors who are saying shoot to kill, and you have been shot, and the governor who has made you shot, you are entering as an ambulance, and you're seeing his portrait as you are being taken to the hospital, Mr. Speaker. I mean, you see, probably you have an accident because the governor did not fix that road, because the traffic marshals are not doing their work. And when you're taken to hospital, as if an accident was not enough to torment you, you are seeing him inside the ambulance, Mr. Speaker. I think, Mr. Speaker, we should utilize Article 4, not Article 4, Section 4 of the County Government Act that says every county should have a symbol. And what is a symbol? There's a symbol, there's an emblem, there's a flag. The spirit of that section was so that every county should have an identity. If you walk in our corridors here, Mr. Speaker, you see every flag for every county. I wish every county should use their symbols on every government project, on every ambulance. I would want to thank my governor, Wamatangi, because for the first time, Kiambu County is able to see the colors and the emblems that are there. The only problem is he's putting his image in it too. So if he removes the image, then we will praise him for doing what is supposed to be done, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we were told there is a county, I don't want to mention, they were branding school milk. And you know, when I was growing, Mr. Speaker, even today, I remember Maziwa ya Nyayo, because he was not giving us milk, but he was giving us his name, That's why it is in my mind. I cannot remember the milk, but I remember Nyayo. So that is radicalization, Mr. Speaker. And you know, we had forgotten all these issues, Mr. Speaker. We were okay that it was then. But when we see what is happening today, and when we hear leaders saying, oh, the current regime is reminding us the era of Nyayo, then, Mr. Speaker, you can imagine what nightmares people are going through, those who took Maziwa and Nyayo. So what I'm trying to say, Mr. Speaker, is that today we might think we are doing right by branding names on roads, on stadium, on vehicles, on ambulances. But in future, Mr. Speaker, when that little child who is in school, who is wearing a T-shirt with a sweater, and especially ECD pupils, who are wearing a sweater with the image of a governor, that child will be tormented in future to understand that they never made it because the governor did not do what they are supposed to do, Mr. Speaker. So we are also trying to cure child trauma today, Mr. Speaker, because we know in future those are the things that people are going to be remembering, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if EACC is going to act on this issue, because branding and putting their images is breaking the Integrity Act, Ethics and Integrity Act, Mr. Speaker, and that is Leadership and Integrity Act. That is Section 13 and 29, Mr. Speaker. So that means the EACC is not doing its work. The EACC, if you want to know EACC is working, just see them chasing a police officer who has received a bribe of 50 shillings. And that's why sometimes I say, Mr. Speaker, I know corruption is not good, but go for the bigger evil. Leave the policeman alone. He was taking 50. Go for the governor who has used millions of money to put a billboard, to put on a newspaper, Mr. Speaker, that he is giving land waivers, Mr. Speaker, and his image is half than the message. Today, if you listen to our vernacular radio station, Mr. Speaker, if you allowed me, I could even say it the way they say it in our vernacular, Mr. Speaker. You'll hear the presenter saying, it is 9 o'clock, time being notified by the governor so-and-so of a certain county, who is reminding you to pay your land rate. A governor is reminding me time on a radio station using the taxpayers' money, Mr. Speaker. And it is happening every day, every moment, 12 times a day. So you can see what they're doing with our minds, Mr. Speaker. That is radicalization. So you think the governor is giving you a waiver. He is not. Actually, the law is very clear. There is no governor who gives land waivers. It is the CEC Treasury or the CEC Finance. Those are the only one given opportunity by the law to give land waivers. Not a governor. Not anyone, Mr. Speaker. And so we do not understand why they put their images. You know, and some of those images are not attractive. You know, when you're told to pay a fine and you're looking at that person or that image, Mr. Speaker, sometimes you get depressed. So can they put the logos and emblems of our countries, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, when we talk about the misuse of funds, as I conclude, when you see a governor putting the portrait on an ambulance and probably at the gate, probably welcome to this county. And I know I have gone to Meru, and when you go to Meru, you pass Embu and you pass Kirinyaga, and you will see some of the portraits on welcome to so-and-so county. And you'll see the image. Mr. Speaker, what that tells you, it tells me to stop thinking about, and I'm giving this as an example. It's telling me not to think about the people of that county. Start thinking about that governor. Start thinking about that person rather than the heritage, the homecoming, hospitality, the good, social behavior of that particular county, Mr. Speaker. Because if we do not stop the governors from doing this, then we will confuse our people. Governors, as we have been told here by Senator Muma, they call it so-and-so care. So-and-so care. We don't care, Mr. Speaker. We don't care about what name is on that project. What we care about is you're using taxpayers' money, so do not put your name in that project, Mr. Speaker. And this should cut across to even the members of parliament. You use CDF, but you put CDF And when you put CDF block, you say under the patronage of, you put your name in there, Mr. Speaker. I mean, when you put the year that it was built and say, we will remember who was the MP then, Mr. Speaker. Otherwise, if you put CDF project by this and this MP, then you should equally put the names of all the taxpayers' money, actually, because they paid the money. So they should have a bigger billboard to put all the 50 million names of Kenyan, Mr. Speaker. So with that, Mr. Speaker, I support.
Senator Beatrice Akinyi.